Shalom, shalom, beloved, and welcome to rYse Radio, a ministry of RBM, where it is our duty to rightly divide the word of truth to equip and empower Zion and the Most High Yah, so that we can come together in one accord, being on one mind, in our King and Messiah, Yahshua, the line of Yehuda, Judah. My name is Laway, and it's a pleasure to be here with you for the Shabbat meditation today. And of course, we're in the 6 month of Shish, or Shisha, the 6th month again on our Hebrew calendar, and this is the third quarter Shabbat. And we're going to continue our discussion on the benefits of our covenant with the Most High, okay? Remembering our covenant. And so we're going to go ahead and try to move along here as fast as possible because I want to get this uploaded in a timely manner. And we still are somewhat limited with our technology here until we get our studio where we want it to be. In the meantime, we want to continue to stay prayerful for our people scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And we want to remember those affected by Hurricane Ida. Upon this 16-year anniversary, I believe it is, of Katrina, a much more powerful storm. So we still have yet to see the results or the effects of this storm. And it's still continuing to move through. So you want to continue to stay prayerful and pray for our people who have been experiencing different troubles throughout the world. And so yeah, pray without ceasing. And with that said, we're going to continue on with our meditation. We're going to be coming from the scripture, Hebrews chapter 6, verses 13 through 14, where it says, when the Most High made a promise to Abraham, since he could not swear by anyone greater, he swore by himself, saying, surely blessing I will bless you, and multiplying I will multiply you. Okay, and that's the scripture for our meditation. And we're going to look at some of the benefits that comes with the covenant that the Most High established with us. Okay, and you have things such as love, peace, hope, patience, faithfulness, assurance, and joy. I like to call those the spiritual benefits. Then you have what I call tangible benefits: security, protection, provision, prosperity, clairvoyance, justice. Things that we experience here in the earth. We experience both spiritually, and then there's physical or tangible benefits that we have access to as well. Okay, and there's also consequences. All right, there's consequences to breaking the covenant, but we're going to talk about that at another time. Okay, we talked about how the Most High, in Hebrews, it says that Yahshua is a guarantor of the covenant that was established. And so you may have heard the Most High referred to as the benefactor. Okay, we're the beneficiaries. Okay, he's the one who guarantees the covenant. Okay, and when we talked about the patriarchal covenants, we looked at the Noahic covenant, and of course we talked about what it established. And what it emphasized, and you can take a look at that or learn about that in our previous meditation on the patriarchal covenants. But one of the things that were emphasized with that covenant was obedience. Okay, and with the Abrahamic covenant, obedience and faith was emphasized. Right. When you take a look at the Moshe, or the Moshe covenant, then we see that not only was obedience and faith emphasized, but also Torah was established, and Israel became a nation. Okay, so we see their obedience, faith, and now Torah and sacrifice. Okay, and then there's the Davidic covenant. All right. Whereas the things that were emphasized there were obedience, faith, Torah, sacrifice, and then love. Okay, and then an agreement was established that a temple would be built for the Most High, and it was carried out, of course, by Solomon. All right. So we also talked about the Messianic covenant. All right. And of course, we know that the Most High sent his son into the world to establish a renewed covenant with his people that provided redemption to the nation of Israel, and as well as opportunities for all nationalities to receive salvation. And the requirement there, or not, I said the requirement before, but what was emphasized: obedience, faith, Torah, the sacrifice, his sacrifice, his sacrificial love, and remembering the covenant, taking Passover, and or as they say, communion, whenever you have the opportunity. Okay, so that's very important. And so we see again here that our Messiah fulfilled and guaranteed every promise made in his covenant. Okay, from the covenant established with Noah till his coming, everything was fulfilled in him. Okay, and when you go back to Abraham and the covenant that was established with him, later you'll read this in the book of Genesis. It's found in the book of Genesis, rather, or the book of beginnings, that the Most High actually tested Abraham's faith to present his only son as a sacrifice, to receive the things that he were promising him. Okay, and of course you can check out that story in the book of Genesis, whereas the Most High told him not to do that, and it is forbidden in Torah. Human sacrifice is forbidden. Okay. However, the Most High was just testing Abraham's faith, right, to actually take his only son, Isaac. But the Most High, of course, stopped that and provided a bull for him, or a ram, or lamb. Okay. And this, of course, was a foreshadowing of Yahshua. All right. And if you go back to the Abrahamic covenant, remember that a covenant agreement demands that both parties complete their tasks, or you get cut off, period, point blank. And the Most High said that, look, I will solidify and guarantee the terms of our covenant, saying that if I don't do my part, I will die. Okay. And so when you think about that, that's a big statement. You understand that the Most High, the creator of all creation, the heavens and the earth, the universe, is saying, look, if I don't do what I say I'm going to do in this covenant, then I'll end it all, because without him, there's we can't be sustained. He is the balance of the universe. So, and with that, of course, we know that the Most High sent his son. All right. And when again talking about a covenant, if you don't do your part, then there's judgment. Okay. We've talked about this briefly, but we're going to talk about this more at another time. Okay. The Most High came in the form of his son, overcame death, resurrected, right? Okay. But what did he do? Right? I mean, what did our Messiah do wrong that he had to face that death? And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't so much what he did, it's what we did. Okay. We disobeyed Torah. We transgressed the law. We were not listening to the counsel of Zephaniah when he was saying that we have to turn to the Most High with a pure heart, and not just turn to Torah, because Torah wasn't working for us and Torah could not save us. All right. Because Yahshua did everything right. Our Messiah did everything right. So, if you look at that, you think about that, it wasn't really even fair for him to go through that. But again, because we didn't obey the Most High, because of our disobedience, because of our transgression, at that point, the Most High had to judge his people. And so he had to step in. And that is what's so beautiful about our Messiah. When you think about that, during this meditation, is that the Most High stepped in through his son, through our Messiah. And it says here in Hebrews chapter 6, verse 17 through 19, in this way, the Most High being determined to show more abundantly to the heirs of the promise the immutability of his counsel, interposed with an oath, that by two immutable things in which it is impossible for the Most High to lie, we may have a strong encouragement, who have fled for refuge, to take hold of the hope set before us. This hope we have as an anchor of the soul, a hope both for sure and steadfast, and entering into that which is within the veil. So here are two things here we see real quick right off the top. Immutability. What does that mean? That means it's unchanging. The Most High is unchanging. Okay, it's the same yesterday as he is today and will be forever. Okay. So we see immutability in the contract, in the covenant, in our relationship with the Most High. The Most High doesn't change. Okay. Then we see that um, our covenant was interposed um, by His oath. Okay. Or in other words, He inserted Himself. Okay. And that's what He did with our Messiah. He stepped in. Okay. And so that's what I want you to leave away here today for this meditation. Is that the Most High will step in no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're facing in life. If you understand you have a covenant relationship with the Most High, He's going to step in. Okay, He's going to provide. Okay, and of course, you see here our people who are once facing exploitation in our homeland. However, the Most High has the latest report I saw is that the Most High stepped in. And all is well with them, and of course we want to still pray for them. But again, it looks like they're doing good, so we want to praise the Most High for that. And you see the power of prayer, because saints were praying, and we are thankful that the Most High did move on their behalf, and we want to thank everyone who was involved with helping our people stay established, and that's what it's about. That's what it's about. So again, the Most High is our benefactor, right? He's our guarantee. Okay, we trust in Him. You shall not be moved, right? You will be established, right? That's what the covenant is about. And again, in future meditations, we'll get more deeper into it, especially as we improve our technology here. But please meditate on these things. Remember these things. All right. This is food for the soul. All right. The Most High is our benefactor. He's our guarantee. He stepped in as our Messiah, and He will step in whenever we need Him. All right. We know in the scripture in James or Yakub chapter 1 verses 2-4, it says, "Count it all joy, brethren, when you fall into various temptations or different trials in life, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance, and to let that endurance have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing." Okay, so the benefits of our covenant, the Most High is our benefactor. So understand that, grab a hold of that. That's kind of like a great leader, or someone, great stature, great resources, intervening in your situation, and not only providing spiritual support, but whatever support is needed to help you get to the next place in life, to the next level in life. A parent stepping in, and intervening with their child to make sure they stay on the right path. That's what the Most High did for us. That's what the Most High did for His people, because again, He saw this coming. He saw where we are right now, and it's because of our covenant relationship with Him that He is still fighting for us today. Okay, so we know everything going on in the world right now. We know all of these different variants popping up with the pandemic. So it's more important than ever these days to stay prayerful. We see all of these natural disasters happening around the world. So it's not time to play around. It's time to stay prayed up. And of course, we're going to get back to our prayer meditations. Like I said, there's been some turbulence, the last few weeks. And I don't want to get into it that much, but I will give you an example of a covenant. Okay, I will give you an example of the benefit of the covenant. We talk about provision, we talk about security, and things of that nature. I was speaking to, I'm not going to say this, I was speaking to this entity, and they've been holding my money up for over a year. Okay, they've been holding my situation up for a year, and I told them I don't know if it's incompetence, insufficient, labor or resources, I'm not sure what it is, but I said, y'all killing me. So and I say this like, y'all trying to, affect this situation. And when you stand out and you do the work for the Most High, you're gonna get attacked. You're gonna get attacked from every angle. Okay. Um, and sometimes you have to speak things to in existence, and you have to let a party know, and you have to let the Most High know. You have to let whoever is involved know. Say, look, you're doing this, and I made it. I made it a point to say that to them. Okay. Um, because I wanted to put that in the atmosphere, and I wanted the Most High to hear that coming from me. Okay. And I told them this like last week. I said, man, y'all killing me, man. And it's so obvious. It's like a different story every time, you talk to somebody or whatever. And I'm not talking about a little money. Okay. So, like I said, that's an example. Okay. Think about that. I told them this last week, had a conversation with them last week, right? Just pay attention to what's going on in the world. Just pay attention to your surroundings, the people you keep close to you. Because like I said, the enemy will attack you from every angle. Okay. Stay prayerful for the different things going on in the world again. And, like I said, I know better than them actually, being able to do the harm they probably intend to do to me. Okay. But I'm letting them know that it is affecting me. All right, to the point whereas, hey, if we don't get this taken together, you've already done severe damage. Okay. And I know that the Most High is not going to let it go that far. Okay. He's going to step in. All right. And so that's how you have to look. And I was really discouraged. I was like, wow, like I'm still dealing with this, Um, but again, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith. Okay. It's like you have to go through these things. It's a part of growth. Okay. Um, it's a part of our covenant relationship with the Most High. It's levels. And when we do our part, okay, um, it will produce endurance. Okay. It will have its perfect work and elevate us to where we are trying to get to, right? We're trying to move forward in this thing, right? We're trying to be reestablished as a nation and manifest the kingdom of the Most High and usher in the millennium reign of peace. So that we will be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. Okay. And we're going to get there. Okay. We're going to get there. We all have our individual battles and trials, but we have to stay encouraged. All right. And remember our covenant relationship. Okay. Because that's not a small thing. And I know we weren't that very long today. We got straight to the point. The Most High is our benefactor. Okay. And he said, look, I'm going to do my part. I will die first. And we know that's not happening. Okay. We know that happened when our Messiah came. But he overcame that. So if he overcame that, we share that same benefit, and we're going to get more into that in our next meditation. But we share that same benefit, okay? And the Most High will provide. He says, "My word, that's on me." Okay, the Most High, we shouldn't swear on ourselves, and you say it's on me, on God. You shouldn't say that. We're not supposed to swear anymore. It's, let your yea be yea, let your nay be nay. But when the Most High said, "Look, this is on me. I'm gonna make sure I carry out everything I promised you." Okay, everything I promised you. And guess what? We can hold him accountable. We can hold him accountable. We can say, "Look, hey, you promised this. Where? Come on. I mean, you allowing this to happen? You really allowing this?" Now he will allow some things. But then you have to question him. You have to seek him. You have to stay prayerful. And that again, it builds your faith because the Most High is looking at how you behave. He's looking to see if you're going to throw a temper tantrum, or if you're going to give up, if you're going to turn away from him. He's paying attention to everything, and he knows we may get down for a little while. We're human, that happens, okay? But it's important to remember to pick yourself up right away. And the best way to do that, like our grandfather, King DeWheat said, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. You have to get into that word, and know where to go. Or just sometimes just open it up and just start reading it. You understand? Read Psalms. That's a great place for encouragement. Reaching out to someone, asking for prayer. Things of that nature. Um, all of these things are benefits that we have, with the covenant. The Most High has placed systems in place for us, so that everything He said regarding us will come to pass. Okay. So, all right, beloved, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up right here. And our prayers that you were edified for this Shabbat meditation. And please be in prayer for us. We're trying to do things to improve our presentations, to improve the quality of our ministry, do work in the field, so we can keep this thing moving. Okay. And so we do need your help. Your support is appreciated. However, you can support financially, spiritually, prayerfully. We appreciate it. And you can see that link, find that link in the bio for this meditation. So as always, Zion, it's been a pleasure being with you. And with that said, may the Most High bless you and keep you. May the Most High make His face to shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Most High lift up His face towards you and give you peace and blessings. Shalom.